by Taylor Swift is going to be played in standard tuning, and while the song is mainly driven by piano, it can be pulled off on an acoustic guitar. The opening riff and the verse is going to be alternating between two chords, an F chord and a C chord. I'll also post the sequence of these chords in the description of the video in case you get lost in me discussing these chords. But the first chord, I've got my ring finger, the F. I've got my ring finger on the 5-string 3 fret, my pinky finger on the 4-string 3 fret, my second finger on the 3-string 2 fret, and my first finger on the 2-string 1 fret. So for the beginnings of these F chords, like maybe the first 4 or 6 versions of the F chord, I think it's best to try to focus on just strings 5, 4, and 3 in your strumming. And then for the next chord, the C, you're going to leave your ring finger and your first finger where they are. You're going to move your second finger to the 4-string 2 fret and lift up your pinky finger. For this C chord, I think it's best to focus on strings 5 through 2 on your strum. Because what the piano is doing is the piano is ascending to that, or it's actually kind of dropping to that C chord, but you hear basically the piano go from this note to this note. And so in our F, we're kind of emphasizing that note in the F, and then in our C, we're emphasizing that note in our C. And that's going to play through a couple times, and then once you kind of get going, I mean, it makes sense to just go F chord to the C chord. And the way that I'm making the F chord, once I kind of get into the song, is I tend to, everything's the same as what I told you the first time, with my ring, pinky, second, and first fingers, but I tend to grab with my thumb the 6-string 1 fret to give it a bit of a fuller sound. And then for the C chord, I tend to just shift my ring, pinky, and second fingers down one set of strings so that I've got a 4-fingered C chord, my ring finger on the 6-string 3 fret, my pinky finger on the 5-string 3 fret, my second finger on the 4-string 2 fret, open 3-string, first finger on the 2-string 1 fret, open 1 string. For a strumming pattern, I would start the song with just single strums, like down, 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 but then you can down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That feel. Okay. Let me quickly also talk about the guitar riff that we do hear happening in this song. That's what it sounds like to me. The way that I'm playing that is first finger on the 4-string 5 fret, and then my ring finger, actually first finger on the 4-string 5 fret will be barring the 4-string and the 3-string on the 5 fret. And the first lick is I'm doing a hammer-on with my ring finger to the 5-string 7 fret, and then lifting off, and then hammering on and lifting off, like. And then hitting the 4-string, the 3-string 5 fret there. And then coming back, hammering to the ring finger and hitting the 3-string 5 fret again. Something like that. And then I think this part is actually 2 guitars playing simultaneously, and the way that I mimic that is to do that exact same motion that I was doing with my ring finger, but adding the pinky finger in, doing the same thing on the 3-string, so that I'm actually hammering with both ring and pinky fingers to the 7 frets of strings 4 and 3, and then I'll be striking the 3-string and the 2-string together on the 5th fret from my bar that I've got with my first finger. That feel. Okay, so verse. Once you get past the verse, the chorus, this is the second part to know about the song. The chorus is going to be an A minor to a C. That A minor will be an open 5-string, second finger on the 4-string 2 fret, ring finger on the 3-string 2 fret, first finger on the 2-string 1 fret, open 1 string. A minor to a C chord. We've already talked about that C chord. And then we're going to go the F chord again to a C chord again. But in this second C chord of the chorus, you want to open up the 6th string and let that low E ring out, because that's what the bass is doing in the song there. So A minor to the C, F to the C with a low E on it, and then we're going to go D minor and C chord, D minor and C chord. The D minor is an open 4 string, second finger on the 3 string 2 fret, pinky finger on the 2 string 3 fret, first finger on the 1 string 1 fret. And then it's going to repeat. In the second part of the chorus, it's going to go an A minor to a version of a G. So the first round of the chorus went A minor to C. Here we're going to go A minor to a version of a G, where I will leave my first finger on the 2 string 1 fret. I'll move with my ring finger to the 6 string 3 fret. That ring finger will be blocking out the 5 string. I'll have an open 4 string, an open 3 string. I already talked about my first finger being on the 2 string 1 fret. And then I'll pull my pinky finger back to the 1 string 3 fret. And that's my G chord here. So I've gone A minor to a G chord. And then from that point forward, it's the remainder of the chorus is the same. F to the C with the low E on it. D minor to a C, D minor to a C. And sometimes I feel like instead of a D minor, C, it may go D minor, C, F, C. So that's something to consider as well in how you're playing the song. The last thing to note about this is that in the outro, like the last round of verse, it tends to get into a round of almost exclusively doing A minor to the G, to the F, to the C, to the D, to the C, to the D minor, to the C, and then A minor to the G again, F to the C, D minor to the C, F to the C, A minor to the G. I think it does it like 3 times in the outro. And then the last time it would do, I'm pretty sure it does like A minor to the C, to the F, to the C again, D minor, C, F, C. And that's where the song will end up ending. That's where it will stop at. So those are chords and the movements to The One by Taylor Swift. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.